So we lost our bard and our paladin. So I'm the tank now.
I guess also you were already healer, but
Yeah.
you're also the only melee.
Yeah.
Well, technically I am as well.
Well, at least I won't have to keep asking. At least I wouldn't have to keep asking him every time he needed a. How much health do you have? How much health do you have?
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much health the tank has right here.
Alright, so everybody's leveled up to 3 then?
Mm-hmm.
Mighty explosive face punching powers. Alright. So last we met, you guys had left the lair of Rank the Dragon, having rescued Connor. You met back up with your horse. You spent a staggering amount of time attempting to circumnavigate a small canyon, which was of absolutely no importance. You came to the town of Farhaven and found it had been taken over and renamed Chad, Sylvania.
Through no fault of our own.
After a short regime change.
Yes, after a brief regime change, you deposed Chad from his newfound home. You claimed a pair of gauntlets that let you turn into a wolf. You met the hearth spirit of the village, freeing her after her little shrine was destroyed. And the villagers, once they were convinced that you were not in fact yet some new brutal dictators, they threw you a big party with what food and whatnot they had left kicking around. And you spent the night there and got your full heal up. And you carried onward, making your way to where the dwarven stronghold of Anvil is located.
And the place where I slept most likely is now considered haunted.
Good chance, yeah. You've been traveling for a couple of days. You want to give me another couple of rolls for your spellcrafting?
Alright. Oh, that's nice.
That's probably going to work.
Let's see, that is 27?
Yeah. Give me another one. 25.
25.
Yep. Right. So that's 2 of them. You think you've got the hang of starting to get the hang of this sort of thing? You've sort of shaped out what you need to do. Now you just need to get a hold of some materials. And run some experiments. Perhaps involving certain unwitting players who aren't here. Hey, you want to help me test something? No.
Why did
Too bad.
Say that?
Alright. Eventually, you make your way to a section of... You've gotten out of the Bitterwood Forest now, and you found yourself in these sort of rolling foothills of a mountainous area. At this point, Doc takes over guiding the party, because you've been here before lots of times. Your family has, holdings here and whatnot, and you can show them basically how to get to the door, which is a trickier prospect than you would expect. So we're talking about dwarves here. It's like 40 feet up the side of a cliff or some shit. You actually have to go into this pool, down underwater. You can hold your breath for like 10 minutes, right?
Totally.
No? Oh, that might be a problem then. Alright, tell you what, you hold your breath and I'll drag you through.
Don't worry, we're used to travelers here. We sell these breathing apparatuses for about 50 gold pieces.
I mean, if I just use electric...
And then after that, we have to make our way past the field of Gorgons. You sure there's not an easier way in? Well, I guess you could take the trade entrance if you're a pansy. What's the trade entrance? That door over there.
I am a trader.
Yes, there is actually a larger section of wall that rolls aside to reveal a large opening for wagons coming in. Doc, you're actually a bit surprised because there's quite a few wagons lined up out here. And a lot of the people seated at the various wagons look like humans from Glitterhaven, of the various representatives of families, and it looks like they're all carting stuff in. And you also spot one wagon that has a drow gentleman sitting on the top, sitting in the front of it, looking somewhat bored, waiting in line. You're a member of House Stark, though, so you can probably cut in line.
Do I see anybody from the rival family?
Quite a few.
I shoot them dirty looks.
They shoot you with crossbows. No. It's a bandit. He was coming right for me, I swear.
So, are we in Forge, or are we just waiting to get in?
You're at the gates of Anvil. Forge is on the other side of the Undermarch. Anvil is known as the City of Smiths. It is where essentially they make all the weapons and armor, which are then shipped through the Undermarch to Forge, which is where the front lines of the war with the Orc Lord are.
Yeah, so, Scroll, do you know any way I can get in there faster?
You could ask your friend, the guy who's a member of one of the big families in this city.
Oh.
I mentioned he can cut in line.
He's also a recon.
Connor also has the ability to cut in line.
Yeah.
I was basically just asking, do you want to talk to some of the merchants outside, or do you just want to go inside?
I don't know. I feel like being a real dick and just cutting in line and having Brendan here shoot everyone a dirty look.
Yeah. No, it's when we cut in line, I see the other families go. Get it.
Oh, did you not bring your hall pass?
Yeah.
I brought 2. Suck it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, you get a fair number of dirty looks from all of the members of the Savato family, and also from most of the other merchants in line. And not so much dirty looks as, well, wish I had 2 hall passes. You guys are fairly exhausted from having traveled the last couple of days over land, though. You know, sleeping in ditches and whatnot. Once you get inside the main gates, you find there's your typical barracks of guardsmen who are going through all the wagons, poking haystacks with swords and pitchforks and whatnot, searching wagons and whatnot. You guys are searched. You know, they give you a cursory pat down and once over. You've got your 2 buddies with you, though, so they're not particularly questioning about weapons you're bringing in. They're like, yeah, okay. We have issues if you weren't with these guys, but we'd have some problems about you carrying in 3 magic swords or whatever.
I'm not doing any of that.
It's mostly the fact that you guys have cool magic stuff that they're like, oh, wish I had cool magic stuff. I would totally confiscate that. I would confiscate all of that stuff.
They do, however, confiscate Ulrich.
Yes. Here, look, property of the Lord King. Great, we'll send him off to the front lines then. Congratulations, son, you've just made frontline infantry. What? He's just let off and away. He doesn't seem to realize what's going on.
Pretty soon we'll find out he becomes corporal.
He becomes corporal just before his court-martial.
Yeah.
He keeps getting court-martialed and then re-enlisted.
Yep. Like,
That's another charge of heart ripping? God damn it.
And apparently he's been disrespectful for his dwarven underling.
He keeps calling them, what is this, dirt gemlin?
Yeah.
We're not sure what that means, but we're assuming it's rude.
And for some reason, he keeps saying the phrase, "We don't take kindly to your kind around here." But it's the same kind everywhere. I don't...
We don't take kindly to you dwarves who carry your axe in your left hand like a fancy pants. But I'm left-handed. Shut up. Anyway, as you enter into the actual main city of Anvil, most of it is dwarven tunnels, which a couple of you are stuck stooping a little bit to make your way through. You, Regolith, don't have too much of a difficulty, since elves and half-elves tend to be a bit shorter than humans.
Okay.
Perry, you're actually having to stoop a little bit. Occasionally you'll go through, everywhere where there's, the buttress in the roof, you're like, God damn it, duck under it every time. Traveling through here, though, once you get past the main areas of the gate, where there's actually, a lot of fortifications and buttressing and whatnot, you start getting into the proper, smooth, worked tunnels and more open caverns where you can see pretty much everywhere you look, there are dwarves hard at work. Most of them are refining ore and manufacturing weapons and armor and other equipment. Wagons, things like that. All of you can give me a wisdom check.
5.
You can add merchant first.
8.
Do I add my level to this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
11.
20.
I got 19. Do I add any thing like War Vet or Dwarven Medical School?
War vet would work.
Spoiled rich kid.
23.
Right. You two notice pretty easily. All of the dwarves that are currently hard at work, you notice, Doc, more so than Perry does, that the dwarves, all of them here, look like they aren't sleeping very much. They all show signs of sleep deprivation. It's pretty clear that all the work they're doing, demands are pretty high, clearly. What you notice, Perry, is that the amount of people who are working doing ore refining is significantly less than the number who are beating out actual worked metal objects. So you're not sure where the extra metal is coming from. As you're traveling your way through Anvil, trying to find a place where you can bed down for the night, the other thing that you notice, which Brendan, you sort of realize as you're walking through talking to people, is that almost none of the traveling inns and places like that are open. They've all been shut down, and they say things like temporarily closed due to war effort, things like that. There's only a couple of them that are still open.
The Grand Budapest Hotel has been turned into a war barracks. I shall
think
never enter its lovely visage again.
this place seems less busy than usual for a town or a city like this.
The few inns that are open are all packed.
Is it because of the Dwarven king being dead?
Possibly.
Interesting.
Would you like to perhaps ask around?
Yes. I would like to ask the innkeeper at one of the more crowded inns.
Sure. As you make your way, find one of the more crowded inns of the area. It's called the Gilded Hammer. You know it, Doc. It's pretty well regarded.
Yep.
If not so much for quality as for...
Expensive?
No, it's not even that. It's more they're known for hosting foreign traders, mostly. So they have things like, good food, reasonable price, but they have a very high turnover rate. Like, there aren't long-term people staying there. And they have their proprietor has a reputation for being a bit short with people.
Yeah.
But otherwise, he's fair, but he's kind of busy generally, and isn't going to sit around and talk with you for a long time.
Yeah.
So if you've got questions for him, you want to make them quick. The first thing you notice, however, as you approach the Gilded Hammer, is there are a number of dwarves who are arresting somebody.
Anyone we recognize?
You don't recognize the guy being arrested. It's a human man. He looks like pretty much anybody else you might have run. You might recognize him, maybe. You can throw me a intelligence with Merchant Prince.
15.
15?
Yeah.
You think you've seen him around. He's one of the low-ranking members of the Bonanno family. He's a trader of some kind, but you don't recall exactly what he works with. He's not particularly important, though.
Can we try to listen in and see if they're saying anything?
Yeah, you can totally listen in. It's pretty easy. They're not really being cautious or anything about it. The dwarves that are currently in the process of arresting him are informing him that he is under arrest for the murder of Isidar Alsek. And you can actually see, looking around a bit, poking your head around, rubbernecking at it, you can see there is a body on the ground. It is of a drow gentleman. He looks thoroughly dead. His head has been caved in with something blunt. The dwarves are currently carrying away what looks like a section of mining timber with blood on it.
Looks like that case is settled, so I'm just going to leave that alone.
You can all roll me a wisdom check.
Ooh, crit.
Nice. What you can overhear from the dwarves talking and a couple of the dwarves talking amongst themselves and the crowd around is they're saying that apparently this guy got into a fight with this Isidar person inside the bar, was insulting him, calling him rude things.
Okay.
Of various natures.
Sure.
The drow gentleman Isidar apparently got fed up with this and went to leave. And a minute later, after he left, the man left after him, continuing to shout and insult him. And a minute later, they heard sounds of fighting outside and screaming. And when they went out, he was standing out there holding a bloody board, shouting at him.
Okay.
You also hear that apparently he didn't resist being arrested at all. And pretty much everyone in the crowd is saying that he was probably drunk. You, with your crit wisdom check, as they're leading the guy past you and away, you don't smell any alcohol on him.
He wanted to be arrested for murder. There are easier ways to get arrested, but whatever.
I say my thing. I say my observations aloud to no one in particularly, just absent-mindedly.
And he doesn't smell like alcohol.
Magic detection.
All of them are just sort of looking at you like, maybe he doesn't smell like alcohol. He's like, there's no way you got a nose that sharp. Yeah, sure.
Let's see. That'd be 27.
Nice. Your magic spotting eye flares up again. And looking at this guy, you can see something bizarre, which is he looks like he does normally, except There's a hole in the middle of his forehead that looks like it's going clean throughout the back of his skull, but you can just sort of see clean through it. You would guess some kind of mind manipulation or memory editing might be what it's trying to get at.
Am I able to get a good angle to see what's inside this hole?
Mostly brain matter. You, Brandon, you vaguely remember the guy who was being arrested. You remember his name is Victor Celis. Okay. And you do, however, recognize the drow gentleman whose face got bounded in. His name is Isidar Elsek. He's a metal trader.
From Glitterhagen?
He's not from Glitterhagen. He's from Shadowpoint.
Okay, so he's done business with.
Yeah.
Okay.
He sells metal of questionable origin.
Okay. Interesting.
That would explain where they're getting all the extra metal from.
Yeah. You docked that, and you consider that extremely odd. Anvil is a city of smiths, and it has extensive mines throughout it. Mm-hmm. You've never heard of Anvil buying metal from anybody else. Mm-hmm. If they're actually buying metal, things are going badly.
Mm-hmm. Dwarven king dead. Yeah.
It's more persistent war with an army of orcs.
The mines are running dry.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Doc, I will quickly give a rundown of the sort of big power players in Anvil. Mm-hmm. There's the Blackanvil Clan, their whole family. They're all master craftsmen. Their whole family is basically in charge of crafting and manufacturing of weapons, armors, and other material. Yeah. The Stark family, your own, they've gotten most of their power by virtue of the fact that you and others like you are able to actually work all those weird ancient devices you keep finding when you're digging out old tunnels.
Yeah.
And that was essentially what caused them to become well known in the city. A lot of the machinery and manufacturing works throughout Anvil actually run on stuff you found. Mm-hmm. You're constantly being asked to fix stuff. Mm-hmm. So as you come in the gate, like 3 people come up to you. Can you fix my steam engine? Fuck. There's the Craghammer Clan. This is probably the least powerful of the clans currently, at least in Anvil. In Forge, they're extremely powerful. They're basically the most renowned warriors. The reason they're not particularly powerful here is because most of them have gone up to Forge to fight on the front lines. The ones that are actually still kicking around down here are either injured in some way or otherwise considered not fit for the front lines for any number of reasons. And the last family you know of is the Ironhaunts, who are basically the masters of the mines.
Okay.
Would you guys like to book a room or do anything else?
I'm going to ask the innkeeper, why are some of the inns shut down here?
Oh, well, you see, what happened is we've started running out of soldiers, basically.
Oh.
As people keep being sent to the front lines, as the old guard fall, we have to get people from somewhere. And we've started drafting, innkeepers, tavern owners, brewmasters, everybody you can find. We've been either sending to the front lines or teaching how to use a forge.
That's unfortunate.
The only ends left are the ones that are serving those foreign metal dealers. Fucking assholes. I hate them so much. Selling us metal. Metal. You can tell there's some resentment about this.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, surely we're dwarves. I mean, surely we can find our own metal, right?
You'd think so. The Ironhaunts, their whole family's telling us the mines just can't keep up with capacity.
I sense a greater disturbance going on.
What we need to do is take a visit to this mine.
Good. There's extensive mines throughout Anvil.
This does certainly sound suspicious, Lance.
I will say you guys are tired, though.
Yeah, we'll look into it in the morning.
And hey, there's a room that just opened up at that inn.
Lovely.
It's amazing. I have an idea, but I'm not sure you like it. I happen to have a flower.
No, you don't. That got blown up against your own face.
It's gone?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll get rid of it.
Connor, is there a temple of yours around here somewhere?
Oh yeah.
Do you think we could stay there? Because I would rather give the room to someone who probably needed it rather than take it up.
You good?
Alright, how about we do that? We'll get set up and then we can set up for the mine in the morning, if that's alright with everyone. Plus, I'm sure Connor would rather be in the safety of his people than somewhere else.
Connor's planning to stay with his family.
Oh, okay.
Why can't you stay with your family?
Good.
Where is...
Depends on whether or not Doc wants you staying at his house.
Yeah. Connor, can I stay at your temple?
I'm sort of like
Your family actually lives basically next to the largest temple in the city because they essentially run most of the services in it.
You might not find my father very welcoming, if you catch my meaning.
No, he's not.
Oh, it's not the first time I've encountered disapproving fathers.
That's good of you. I'm assuming there's no temple of Azazel.
Probably not in the dwarven city, no.
No, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna ask Connor if I could rest. Ask for refuge at his deity's temple.
He'll just sort of look at you curiously and go, "What's wrong with his temple?"
Whichever one.
Don't you want to stay together?
Yes. You know, well, yeah. Why not that one? We'll do that.
Yeah.
Connor is a bit of an oddity in that he's a priest and a family of master smiths, and he doesn't worship a god of smithing. He worships the god of births, deaths, and oaths.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So while the rest of the party is making camp, I will at least visit my father on my own just to say hello. Hello, Dad. How's it going?
You're back already? What are you doing here?
Just coming back to say hi. I heard about the news of the king under the mountain.
That was days ago.
Yes, it was.
Hi. Is that everything? Looks very angry and grumpy.
Yeah, sure. Did you need anything while I was in town, Dad?
Advil.
Yeah, sure.
More painkillers. More morphine.
Yes.
Back in dead.
Take it if you can steal it. There's another member of your family, a brother of yours, who's basically standing next to me. Says, "Here, you take your medicine, Dad." He starts basically shoveling pills through his little hole in his past that he cuts. Yeah. Don't you worry. Just rest now. He heads over in your direction. He goes, "Let's talk outside."
So, how have things been since I've been going?
He's doing better than usual today.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. Yeah, I noticed that actually. It's really, I've never seen him so happy.
Yeah, he hasn't thrown anything at me all day.
Wow, you think he might be getting used to his thing after his impairment after all these years?
Yeah, maybe. We can only hope. I mean, it has been 30 years.
Yeah.
You think he'd have got... I mean, it's not like it's a hot mask anymore. I'm pretty sure the pain's mostly in his head nowadays.
Yeah.
That the crippling Vicodin addiction.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. I finished working on something.
Ooh, lovely.
I was wondering if you could help me test it out.
Oh, you know me and new toys.
You know me and experimental technology.
Yeah.
We don't go together at all. So keep it away from me. He'll take you over to a workshop he's been working on. You can see, vaguely disassembled bits of what look like body parts everywhere, except they're made of metal and components and whatnot.
Oh, actually,
Parts
just before I leave, do you want your spoon back? Can you hold that?
Yeah, I've been holding it ever since I realized you gave me incarnate head.
Yeah. So I'm not holding that anymore.
He can hold 3 items.
Yeah. Sorry. Anyways, we're going to the workshop.
Yep. You can see throughout your family estate, you can see lots of sort of those dwarf forged constructions that are sort of the autonomous robot guys. Mm-hmm. Your family is pretty much specialists in making these things, in as much as anyone is a specialist in making them.
Yes.
Occasionally they go berserk and try to kill people, but only occasionally. And the Stark family ones do it much less frequently.
Yeah.
Stark, a name you can kind of trust with your life. I still wouldn't turn your back on it.
Yeah, it's odd. It always seems to be the ones with the Austrian accents that try to kill people.
Always.
Yep.
Should really just stop programming Austrian accents. But then we wouldn't have Austrian accents. You're right, that's just too big a sacrifice. Anyhow, what he leads you into the workshop to show you is what looks like a suit of armor. Mm-hmm. The interior of the suit, however, is filled with little whirling clockwork parts. Mm-hmm. It looks like they're set to repair the armor whenever it takes damage.
Ah, lovely.
And there's also what looks like some sort of injector mounted into it. And he says, "All right, This is the main thing I need to test.
Okay.
It's this potent stimulant I've worked up. If you get hit really, really hard, it should automatically dose you with it and keep you going.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like a shiny suit of armor?
Yes, go on.
It's clockwork armor. It gives you a +1 bonus to AC.
Mm-hmm.
It has a daily power, which causes you to lose your recovery and gain no hit points for doing so. However, you gain an additional standard action on your next turn, or on your turn. So yeah, you can once a day you can sack a recovery to gain an extra standard action.
Oh, lovely.
Its quirk is that your movements become subtly jerky and your facial expressions appear somehow wrong, as though you aren't a real person, just a highly advanced imitation of one.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if it starts taking you over, you go all uncanny valley.
Yeah. So I'm assuming the vial is like an adrenal stimulant or
Yeah,
something?
basically. Looks like it. You can roll me, if you wish, you could roll me a wisdom check with Priest of the Ancient Tectons to try and figure out what it is.
Alrighty. 7 plus 3 is 10, so 26.
26, yeah. You sort of like take the little capsule off and you're looking at it and turning around. The first thing you notice is that it is blue, whatever it is. It's a very pale blue, though. And working through it and smelling it and whatnot, you think this might be a derivative of that bloom stuff, but probably some highly refined version of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. More concentrated heroin.
Yes.
It's not heroin, it's more like meth.
Alrighty. So I'm definitely trying this thing out as soon as possible.
Punch it. Are you just gonna try it out on him immediately? Punch him twice really quickly?
No, I'm sure we have like testing dummies or stuff like that around.
Yeah, you can, if you want, he can hit you with a bat for a while to make sure the armor works.
Yeah, go ahead, lad.
You're like, ha, didn't even feel that.
Yeah.
Alright, let's try the one with a nail in it. You're like, I don't know about this. Whoa, ah! Okay, that hurt less than it could have.
How many hit points do I take?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that. After spending a few hours being thoroughly having your ass beaten up by your brother as a form of quote-unquote testing, do you want to use the daily power or try to use that? Or do you want to save that?
Doc's subspecialty is psychology. He's actually doing therapy.
Your brother is working out some aggression.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. And yeah, sure. I'll try this. See how the daily works.
Sure. As soon as you basically trigger it with a little twitch of your arm, you feel the prick in your shoulder, and you can feel just like vibrant energy rush through you immediately. But it seems almost like everything around you is moving almost in slow motion, and you find yourself moving really easily and quickly and fluidly. It wears off after a couple of seconds, though.
Okay. Good. Alrighty then.
Unlike the normal bloom chemical, which lasts for hours and makes you all crazy pants and twitching. This stuff appears to be very short-lived, but very potent.
All right, lad. I'm sure I'll find use for this real soon.
Actually, before I go stay at wherever I'm staying, I go find the biggest, essentially, barbecue place where it's essentially a butcher shop with a grill where they just like throw it on.
Yeah.
And I just go in there and be like, I want that wall.
I'm going to buy all of the meat.
Yeah.
You can certainly buy a truckload of meat.
I mean, for like that meal. Like, I point at the wall, I'm like, I want that. And you're like, to go? Plate.
No, in my mouth.
Yeah, in my mouth.
Alright. You acquire half a barbecued cow.
Nice.
Why?
Because it's my pork. It's part of my Hexenwolf trait. I just eat and eat.
Don't bother cooking it. That trait manifests mostly if you have more magic items than your limit. You can, however, like it suggests you doing it constantly.
It's a full moon tonight. That's why.
Oh, is it a full moon tonight? I should add werewolves then. Anyway, you guys gonna make your way to a temple and try and bed down for the night then?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
The same temple.
Yep.
Stick
One of
together.
your family's tech temples.
Yeah.
You in there? Praise the computer. Praise the blinking lights and its steam-powered auto-gyros.
All hail Lord Megatron.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, as you head in there, you can see all sorts of look like steam-powered whirligigs. You're not sure what any of this stuff does, and you're convinced some of it isn't doing anything other than looking cool. Blinking lights are in abundance.
When I walk in, I go, cool!
Cool, you go and look at something, spray steam in your face. Ah! Why?
Curiosity, why have you betrayed me yet again?
I'm going to go and push the nearest button. Curiosity has overwhelmed me.
I'm really tempted to roll on this table. Nothing supremely terrible happens to you. You pull a switch and just a very loud echoing gong echoes throughout the building. Like, the fuck was that about? A minute later, two priests come over to you and go, yes?
You hit the equivalent of the steward.
One of them has a towel, the other one is holding a bucket of water.
False alarm.
Both of them go, shut up. Don't play with the button. Quit playing with it. False alarm. Got me to bed for nothing. Get my hopes up.
Hopes up for what? A bucket and a towel.
Good question.
That's why I said false alarm.
But I know what they were here for.
Probably to clean something up.
Yeah.
You're not sure.
Clean up some spilled ale. That's why they were sad. Because they're like, that's what they use a towel for, and then,
You guys can bed down for the night. Mm-hmm. In the middle of the night, all of you can roll me a very, very easy wisdom check. Basically, don't crit fail.
Yeah.
If you crit fail, you actually manage to sleep through this. All of you hear an echoing crash, echoing throughout the entire region of Anvil, and the ground shaking quite a lot.
Our bard did sleep through this.
Yes. She's gone partially deaf in one ear from that sword playing music constantly. Mm-hmm. And she was sleeping on the other side. So she didn't hear a thing. Yeah, it sounded like an earthquake maybe? Or something collapsing.
I would like to
Could
run
it
outside the doors.
Could it possibly have been an earth-digging dragon?
Possibly.
Susan, hold me!
Running outside the door, do I see any larger glow of light than normal?
You can see lights switching on basically all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
People, dwarves coming out of bed wearing, stocking caps and chainmail because they sleep in chainmail.
I want a chainmail nightgown.
No, a guy comes out in a nightgown and a chainmail stocking cap.
So, you gotta.
I see some guy with scale mail as well for his nightgown. It's like, nice.
So, I'm gonna
No,
walk
I
outside.
actually slept in my normal robes, but as soon as I wake up, I go and I hop into my armor and just curl into a ball.
As soon as you wake up, your armor actually snaps around you on its own and puts itself on. You're like, oh, that's handy.
Okay, so I'm gonna step outside, look around, maybe try to get the blue eye working.
Seems like it's on the blink. Looking around, you can see all the dwarves are sort of coming out of their homes, poking around. Some of them have weapons. A couple of them are just, investigating. You can see most of them are sort of making their way off toward the east. None of them seem to know what's going on, though.
Is there any nearby higher ground?
Define higher ground. You're underground.
You could climb on top of the building if you wished.
Well, just, someplace where I could, use a telescope.
Probably.
If you want to see over the crowd, they're dwarves.
Mm-hmm.
You're taller than they are. You can just stand up and see over them.
First thing I'm going to do is rush towards whatever the dwarves are running away from.
Oh, they're not running away. They're moving towards like they want to investigate something.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Dwarves don't habitually run away from mine collapses, so once they've actually ended, they usually go to try and figure out what happens.
Ah, alright then.
And to try and drag out anybody who got buried under rock. The rest of you following him?
Yep.
Yeah,
Or are you
sure.
cowering at all?
Eventually, a priest get that holding yourself, man.
Slaps you like a gauntleted fist.
Yeah.
Echoing clang resounds off of your helmet.
Alrighty.
You make your way out to what actually you realize is the entrance to the Undermarch. The section of long tunnel that leads to Forge.
Crap.
And there's what looks like a lot of dust in the air. And a lot of the dwarves are muttering darkly to one another. Sappers, goddamn.
Do I see Connor anywhere around?
You do not.
Um,
There's a couple of guards at the entrance to the Undermarch, like pushing people back. No, don't go in there.
What happened?
You get a chorus of responses from people around you. It was them sappers. I bet it was them goblin sappers. No, it was a dungeon coming up out of the earth. It's always a fucking dungeon. Always coming up out of things, ruining everything. No, it was an earthquake. You're an idiot. I think it was a burrowing dragon. I think you're high.
It is the ghost of our anchorage, here for vengeance.
The only ghosts in the mines are the mine specters. Yeah. There's another guy who goes, the mine specters are a myth. No, I got a friend in the Ironhaunts. He swears the mines are haunted. He swears everything's haunted.
I made friends with one of the mine specters. His name's Jimmy.
I'm actually gonna go try to find Connor. See that he's alright. Yeah.
Alright, if you start making your way back toward the main area of the temple, you can eventually find the temple to Valthorn, or I think that's the name of his deity. It's not super important. The temple of his god. You can find he is in there. He's talking to a couple of the other priests. It looks like they're setting up beds and stuff because they're expecting to be admitting patients, maybe.
Connor, what do you think happened?
I'm hearing collapse.
Alright. You need help here?
No, I think we're set.
Alright.
We're anticipating some casualties.
The dust being a problem?
The dust?
Yeah.
More so for, well, everybody actually, yeah.
Right.
It's making you cough a bit.
Right. Okay, think.
I'm glad I'm far away.
Round, let's see. Empty keg barrels, there are a lot of those. Right. Okay, so I'm going to get a few keg barrels. So have it so that way it's just the round part, not the lid or the bottom.
Okay.
Right. Get a few of those. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some ritual magic to make them blow air through them. To make, essentially, barrel fans.
Okay.
And
What spell are you adapting to do this?
good question.
I would accept Ray of Frost for like cold winter air. I would accept Mage Hand, maybe? Could kind of be construed to exert force.
I'm not sure if a fan is I'm not saying this in character. I'm not sure if a fan is a good idea when you're kicking up dust already.
Yeah, get that dust up in the air again.
We'll move it away.
Maybe a fan.
Move it around.
Maybe it's a vacuum, if anything.
Have you ever turned on a fan in a room full of dust?
Just kicks it all off.
Actually, no, I haven't.
Just mostly kicks it all in the air again.
Yeah.
Okay then. Vacuum.
Reversing the fan.
Put a big sheet of cloth over one side of it so it just gets all the dust stuck in it.
Yeah.
Sure, you can work on something like that.
And it has a filter on the back of it to allow the air to escape through the bag.
That's what I said, like stick like a sheet or something over it. Some air can get through.
Alright, so get them around, make sure I got them, write some stuff on it, get a hammer, do some light taps, just for the heck of it. Cover all my bases. Okay.
A couple of the dwarves are sort of gathering around to look at what you're doing. What's he doing? Oh, he's doing magic. Neat.
Okay, so
Let's stand really close to this and see what happens.
It's unfortunate I'm not there to warn them.
alright, barreled dust attraction.
That is a 2 on the die.
It's not a 1. Let's add this up. 5, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 is not
Not a success.
okay. But
Oh, that was fun. That doesn't hurt you at all. The spell does not work.
Oh.
However, you do begin to glow like a lantern.
Oh. How bright is it?
You're glowing like a lantern. You're shedding bright light within about 20 feet of you.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I meant to do that.
Like, ooh, neat. He's glowing and stuff.
Alright. Alright, I'm going to, cast my great light,
He's gonna run ahead and to the front of the party and to...
Looks like a couple of the dwarves are trying to organize a scouting party to go into the mines. Looks like there aren't a whole lot of people who are able to go. You can see they've rounded up about 6 dwarves. 4 of them you can recognize as members of the Ironhaunt family. The other 2 are Craghammers.
6 dwarves plus me.
If you're going.
Do you think I might be able to mass produce this light spell for other dwarves? You know, put them on like rocks or sticks and stuff?
Possibly, yeah.
Is this you purposely doing the math on this, or is the math on this on purpose?
Math of what?
6 dwarves plus me.
Oh, no. That wasn't even intentional this time. I did say this time. Because it's not the first time you've been in a party of 7 dwarves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll come back to see what's going on. If they need any help.
So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, I'm glowing really, really bright, so I'm going to run with it and just start making everything glow.
Maybe not.
That will help you see through the dust.
That would help.
Is he glowing white?
I'm going to say yes.
So it's glow white and the 7 dwarves.
Yep. Also this chump.
Before I enter the cave, or if I enter the party, I'm gonna grab a cloth, wet it, and tie it around my face.
Okay.
I see this and go, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I figure my helmet protects my mouth in some way.
Yeah, probably. It's got a little face shield cover thing there.
It's a thing that pops over my face when I activate it.
It goes, whoop. It's like a little, one of those painter's dust masks with big filters on it. Pop.
You actually put on one of those old doctor's masks, which have like the beak.
Mm.
The petunias.
I know. I'll tell the dwarves to form a line, find something easy to carry, and I'll make it, like shine bright like me, so you can see through the dust.
All right. Yeah. So you guys are planning to sally forth then?
Yes, I shout all my dwarves and shout, hi ho!
A chorus. You all hear just like as hands smack him upside the back of the head at once in just rapid succession. He's like, ah! He just turned out, well, alright, who did that? Like, well, there were 6 of them, so
I look away and whistle.
Okay. Onward and forward.
Into the tunnels.
Alright. Into the tunnels it is. You and your 6 dwarven buddies. Actually, when you met with Connor, he will give you this. He will pull a ring off of his finger and hand it to you, tell you that if you're going to go help with helping out people in the mines, you can take this. It is a ring of defense.
Okay.
It is a recharge 6+ ability. When you take damage from an attack, you can prevent 10 of that damage.
So I'm a stubborn wolf man.
Yep. Stubborn wolfman. Indeed. The dwarves traveling with you, the 4 of them that are members of the Ironhaunt family, introduce themselves as Gorn, Ivan, Rella, and Nora. There's the 2 Craghammers are named Iron Eye and Vin. The members of the Ironhaunt family are informing you that if the Undermarch tunnel itself has collapsed, which it seems to have done, the best course of action they can think of to look for survivors would be to go through the various mine tunnels that run basically alongside and underneath it and all over the place, and attempt to then break in from another direction to get at it, see if they can find anybody inside. They will also warn you that the mine is haunted.
Ah, lovely. Good thing we have a cleric then.
No problem. I'm attuned to these spirits, maybe.
Specifically, one of the older-looking dwarves of the Ironhaunt family, Gorn, he's the one who's telling you that the mine's haunted. The other 3 of them, they look like they're kind of on the fence, like, weird, maybe. One of them, the Craghammer guy, is vehemently saying that's nonsense. I leave it to you to guess whether or not the mine is haunted, based on the fact that there's a monster stat block here that says Mine Spectre. It's probably fine. Probably old stories.
Ghosts, huh? Can you bless this wand?
What do you mean bless it?
Just bless it.
I have a daily power that blesses, but
The idea is
just
that
do
I'd like to be able to use
like
it to
touch
convert
it
my
and be
damage to
like,
holy.
in the name of whoever, you praise.
In the name of Optimus Prime, I permit this wand's use against intangible people.
Against those
Persons
against
of
his foes.
intangibility.
Against his foes.
Yeah. Old Man Gorn, he'll tell you that the ghosts that haunt the mines, they flit through the walls and they will grab people and drag them off and actually phase them into the stone and suffocate them.
Oh, lovely.
Interesting. I'm just gonna stay away from both walls and in the middle.
Well, you see in a mine, the floor is just another type of wall.
Yeah, I know, but better my feet than my face.
I suppose.
Gives me a little more time to react.
So, is my blue eye able to see anything through this dense fog?
Not really.
No.
You can pick up what looks like traces of necromancy, oddly, or at least, necromantic magic, animating forces of the dead, things like that. All of you can give me a wisdom check, though.
I got 23.
5.
You got like 12 or something?
Actually, 11.
Doc, one thing you notice, the 4 members of the Ironhaunt family that are with you, all of them show signs of injury. Old Man Gorn is missing an eye and also one of his ears.
Yeah.
Ivan has only one leg. His other leg looks like a prosthetic. Rella is missing both of her hands. They've been replaced with what look like just sort of gauntlets that can just grasp stuff. And Nora is walking with a heavy limp and has a pretty viciously disfiguring scar across most of her face. The other dwarves with you don't show much in the way of signs of injury or disfigurement or the like.
Alright, they must be the stupid ones.
If you ask them about it, they'll tell you that, mining is dangerous work.
Yeah. I figured war vets.
You can also tell that, from looking at them pretty easily, you can tell that they are closely related, you would guess. Like, very closely related. They look almost identical.
Okay.
Gorn basically looks like an older version of Ivan. Nora looks like an older version of Rella, basically.
Can I detect anything in these mines in terms of spirits? Do I feel any
Oh yeah.
particular energies?
You can feel lots of spirits in this your mines. Most of them don't seem to be friendly spirits.
Oh. I'm not
There's stone spirits around. Spirits of metals and ore. There's an air spirit that looks like he's got stuck down here at some point. And there's lots and lots of some kind of ghostly spirit energy.
Okay.
Alright, everyone, join me in a chant now. We will bless this place with the hymn of Soundwave. The Autobots are superior. The Decepticons are superior. The Autobots are inferior.
I'm just not going to make any call to any spirit, just to...
That air spirit might come.
All of you can give me a wisdom check for spot and danger kind of thing. As you've traveled about an hour's way into the
I'm
mine.
just going to say no.
Would I be adding war vet to this?
Sure.
Yeah, so
6.
No point in asking. Like, mine's
19.
I think. Alright.
9.
So none of you notice anything amiss.
Everything's fine down here.
As Gorn is telling you ghost stories, basically, about people who disappeared in the mines and stuff like that. You come to a section of mine where it branches off a bit in different directions. You can see dust in the air around here. So a couple of them, the members of the Ironhaunts family, are telling you that these mine tunnels run, like that one runs very near parallel to where the actual undermarch area was.
Actually,
And from the dust in the air, they're guessing it might have broken through.
what I'd like to do is actually, I would like to call one of the earth spirits around here, the rock spirits. So it would be charisma with my attuned to spirits.
Yeah. However, the other thing you notice, Doc, turning around, is you can't see Gorn anywhere.
Gorn, where are you?
The other dwarves are looking around.
Alright.
Gorn? The other Ironhaunts are now looking a bit panicked and calling out for him. You don't hear anything.
Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna do the call of the rock spirit real quick.
Everyone, line up. I'm going to
17,
give
20,
you a small buddy that will
21.
scream really, really loud if you end up being attacked. I'm going to give everyone an alarm.
Alright, everyone, the priests have a great way of handling this sort of situation. It's called the buddy system, alright? Everyone pick a buddy You see, I hold on to the wizard's hand and
I call not with the wizard. I don't care who.
Okay, so you're buddying. So Doc and the wizard are buddy. You're buddying with one of the dwarves.
Sure.
Which one do you want to buddy with? Ivan, Rella, Nora, Iron Eye, or Vin?
I'll go with Ivan.
Ivan? Sure. He is the guy who's missing an eye, or he's the guy who's missing a leg.
That's fine.
And everyone has a small alarm sprite on their shoulder.
Alright, so remember, if a ghost tries sucking down your buddy into the wall, just cry out, "Hey, there's a ghost sucking my buddy into the wall."
Make sure you clarify into the wall.
Then Rella will pair with Iron Eye, and Nora will pair with Vin.
So yeah, I would like to try and call the rock spirit.
Alright, and you got
21.
High number, yeah.
21.
Alright. What looks like a little stone face pops out of the wall. Yeah.
Hi there. Got 2 questions for you.
I got one answer.
I will reward you.
Well, now you're speaking a different language.
Yes. All right.
What are we talking about here? Gold?
Yeah.
Whores?
Gold. Unless you want whores, but you can just buy that with the gold I give you.
That is true.
So, first of all, did you see a dwarf around here that got pulled into the rocks at all? Notice anything like that?
That happens all the time.
Yeah, but like real recently.
You mean the old guy?
Yeah.
Well, I saw him head off down that tunnel.
Alright.
But I wouldn't pay attention after that.
Okay. Tell everyone that. Second of all, do you know how like the big tunnel caved in?
Oh, that, yeah.
Do you know what caused that?
Explosion.
Explosion, alright.
Yeah.
By
Something blew up.
Alright. Did you see who might have done it?
Nah, wasn't paying attention.
Alright. That's fine. Here you go. A gold piece.
That's it? You fucking skin flip.
It's 2 questions.
He is a punk. Mumbles off into the wall. You cheap bastard. I hope you get eaten by specters. If you get trapped at the wall by mine specters, don't expect me to come help you. That's all I'm saying.
If you come help me, there'll be more reward.
Or I can just take it off your corpse. And
That
corpse.
is also
Corpse dude.
that is true.
Always a classic, corpse dude.
That's very true. Alright. Okay, yeah, so tell everyone where Gorm went off to. And
apparently he went off on a tunnel that banks off to the right and was going down.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why he went off that way.
Okay, and yeah. Okay. And inform everyone of the explosion. Potential sabotage, most likely.
Alright, let's put it up to a vote. Who wants to go after Gore?
Rella, the dwarf who doesn't have any hands, will say, if it was an explosion, it's probably those sappers that the Orc Lord uses.
Mm-hmm.
The little goblin freaks with the bombs.
Yeah. Gonna shoot him right in the face.
You don't want to shoot him in the face. That usually just sets off whatever they're carrying.
Shoot
Make sure you're not standing next to him when you do that.
Yes.
Because, otherwise you get yelled at for missing hands.
Oh, okay.
Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
So don't use burning hands. Got it.
If only we had some way to make a fountain of flame to protect ourselves.
If only. But what kind of bad wizard could concoct such a thing?
I would like to. I volunteer to go after Gorm.
Alright.
Are we split? I don't think we're
No,
splitting
we're
the
not-
party.
we're not-
We're
we're not
just
splitting the party.
We're just gonna put this up to a vote, okay? The majority tells where the whole group is going. All right.
Okay.
All right. So you vote for going after Gorm.
Yep.
What about you? Well, actually, do all the dwarves just say, "Let's find our friend," or?
The 3 members of his family are.
Yeah.
So with him, they have 4 out of 8 votes.
I make the argument.
You could deadlock it.
I make the argument that if we were to go after where the tunnel was caved in, either we save Gorm or we go to save potential survivors, because there's no way we're going to catch the perpetrators.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, those are essentially our 2 options.
I'm going to let my spoon make this decision.
Okay.
Alright, spoon, bend which way I should go.
It points back out.
I'm really tempted to have a point at the exit. Yeah, it's going to point at the exit.
Alright, we're not going to the exit, because this is the spoon of lies.
He makes a compelling argument.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's about 4 tunnels you can take. One is the one that has some dust in it, which is settling and maybe connects with the undermarch. 2 of them, one goes sort of straight ahead, another one goes banks off to the right and up, and one banks off to the right and down.
Okay.
The one going right and down was the one that Gorn was apparently went down.
Alright. So I guess we're going after Gordon?
Apparently.
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
He's old. He probably knows what he's doing.
If you say so.
I said probably.
Well, you can roll me a wisdom check again. Dwarves can make them as well.
Hell to the no.
Great.
Okay.
You can hear sounds coming from up ahead and the walls near you. It sounds like laughing.
Laughing.
All of the dwarves can apparently hear it too, and they're sort of huddling a bit closer together. Get the weapons out. Are you walking along in blissful ignorance?
Yep.
Nice.
Next to my buddy.
Alright, everyone, continue the chant.
Am I able to
Decepticon
recognize
superior,
who's laughing?
Autobots inferior.
You don't recognize who's laughing. It's a voice. It actually seems like a couple of different voices.
It's the Joker!
Decepticon superior.
Who put on the ring?
Autobots inferior.
Someone put on the One Ring again. Invisibility is not that impressive a power, guys. Seriously, why is this so tempting?
Yeah.
So are we rolling initiative soon?
Possibly.
You know what? I'm assuming I feel these dark spirits around us laughing. Okay. I call it the dark spirits and say, come out and face us.
Roll me a charisma with your spirit background, actually.
Okay. Crap. 12, 13.
13? Alright. Yeah, you can feel some sort of dark energy out there. You're not sure what it is, though.
Guys, evil spirits about.
Also, you like, massively failed your perception check?
Yeah.
Yeah, your buddy disappeared.
Oh.
Wait, the alarm. Let's see if the alarm will stay awake.
Yeah, sure. No. You can actually roll me intelligence plus your magic background.
Crap.
20?
20? Alright.
Apparently.
You don't think your alarm failed, you think something dispelled it.
Oh.
Okay.
And checking around on the other dwarves, their alarms aren't running anymore.
Alright, can we...
See, that's why we need the buddy system. As long as the buddy isn't a complete idiot.
I'm not an idiot, I'm just imperceptive.
Just very, very inattentive.
Yeah.
Right. Without anyone looking,
Why do you have to make fun of my disorder?
Without anyone looking, I'm just going to put a small, subtle arcane mark on everybody.
Okay.
Okay. Not for any particular
I'm assuming I
purpose. It's
feel
not
it.
silly looking. Only I can see it. That sort of thing.
I'm assuming I feel it.
Doppelganger check. I know what you're doing.
As a magic user, I'm assuming I feel that happening.
Feel what happening?
Him putting the arcane mark without me looking.
You might, yeah. Especially considering the number of times he's done it to you.
Yeah.
You probably concocted a spell especially for detecting him doing that.
I
to
did
you.
it once.
And I feel it, and I go,
You can tell he's hit you with an arcane mark, and with a bit of work you can suss out what it actually is. And it just looks like it's a symbol.
okay.
Or is it just a big red lettering that says, real?
Sure. It says real.
You're like, fuck that about.
Okay,
Didn't you try casting that on the
I'll
Mona
leave that
Lisa
be.
one time? Or no, was it the opposite?
I'll leave that be. Okay. Really, I'm gonna try and... Oh, I'm gonna call it Earth Spirit again. Call a different one, hopefully this time. 19 on the dice, so 25.
Right.
28.
It is actually the same spirit. Pokes its face out again. You again, eh?
Yeah. Another dwarven guy just disappeared. Guy with a missing leg.
Oh, him. Yeah, he fell through the ground.
Where?
Just a ways back. The ground just sort of opened up and he fell in a hole. You went,
Is he still alive?
Yeah, I think so. He's in a tunnel underneath somewhere.
Crap.
Want me to go look for him?
Please do, and hopefully guide him back
You,
here. Yeah,
You willing to shell out for it there, Skinflint?
How's 6 gold sound for you?
6. I don't know. I mean, you add a 0 to the end of that, we might have more amicable discussion. You're pretty sure he's hacking. Like, he doesn't actually expect to give him 60 gold.
I can go up to 10.
10. I mean, it's an awful lot of risk you're asking me to take here. I mean, there's mind spirits, dark spirits all throughout here.
I mean, just think.
And then you want me to lead him back? I mean, that's cutting into a lot of my day.
Just think about the whores you can buy with it.
You two can roll perception checks if you want.
21?
10.
Iron Eye, the member of the Craghammers, something has a hand out of a wall and is holding a hand over his mouth and pressing against the wall.
Javelin of Faith.
Alright. His buddy Rella starts shouting and trying to pull at his arm.
Mm-hmm. At Javelin of Faith, the wall he's being pulled into.
Sure.
I'm going to try to shocking grasp the spirit arm.
Alright. Go for it.
10 versus physical defense.
Nope. The spirit you're talking to goes, your buddy's getting kidnapped.
I'll give you 10 gold now, I'll give you 10 gold later. Just go do it.
Call it 20. 20 and 20.
No.
10.
Yeah, screw you then.
11, 12, 13.
Screw the wall.
God damn it.
He's got you in what is known as by the balls.
Yeah. Breaking my balls here, man. I'm breaking my balls.
19 versus physical defense using the +2 wand.
Alright.
It's also been blessed.
Sure. I will ask you guys to roll some initiative. Your attack does hit, I think.
Okay.
14. You can roll damage.
1 holy damage, presumably, if it works. If not, it's lightning. And the target, gets tasered, essentially.
Yep.
It's free, that sort of thing.
Has to drop his buddy.
The javelin does do miss damage, 3 holy damage.
Finally find out if that wand is cursed or not. Right, initiative. We'll roll that. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, then I'll take that. Nice 20. Let's see, that is 29.
And what were you guys?
I got an 8.
14.
For minors, they're not very alert for the dangers of the mine. Like the 2 members of the Ironhaunts family who've been in the mines all the time, and you would think deal with these things on a regular basis. They got a 3 and a 4.
You know what?
Good job, guys.
I think Iron's gonna
Keep
be
on looking out.
His family knows about these things, and we'll probably be able to get out of the mine fine because he's a dwarf. Hopefully. I say that to myself as a rationale for leaving him behind.
And you did some damage to one of those ghosts?
Yes, I did 1 damage, which might be holy or lightning, depending on if the bless worked.
Okay. I'll say it's holy damage, sure.
Okay.
And what did you get? You got 3 from the miss damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is technically a quick action, so depending if that counts.
Okay.
I could also do a magic missile.
Alright. First up is Parrot.
Okay.
Currently you can just see part of an arm that's shaking itself.
I wonder. Using shock. Is this the start of a new turn, or does the shocking grasp count as part of that?
This is a new round. Your shocking grasp was like a free thing before combat started.
Okay.
Like it made a free attack against something, and you made a free attack against
Okay.
spot it.
Using shocking grasp again, I'm going to try to grab on and pull instead of just tasering.
Use the proton blaster.
Okay, that's an odd use, so you have to. So you run the risk of doom. But
Use the proton pack. Go.
I decided to let go of his hand.
That's a
Okay.
pretty good roll. Let's see, that is 19 base physical defense.
yeah.
Okay. 2 holy damage or
Okay.
lightning, and I try to pull it out of the wall.
You don't actually touch it. You slap your hand against the wall, and you run lightning into it. It apparently reacts with some of the ore deposits in the wall, and creates basically a magnetic force which shunts whatever this thing is out of the wall. What tumbles out of the wall looks like the spectral form of something that looks like a dwarf. It's got basically a mask made out of what looks like shadowy material over its face.
I wonder if we get rid of that mask, if they will stop being violent.
You don't know?
Does the mask look familiar?
Sure. You can roll me intelligence plus prestige attack gods.
Can it be wisdom instead?
No, this is more intelligence. It's whether or not you've read about something.
Okay.
Wisdom is more like alertness.
Alright, so Priest of Ancient Tech Gods. I got 11.
You don't think so? It looks like there's something like in the back of your mind. You're remembering like some old story. Like it's not something you read in a priestly text or anything like that. Though you've definitely seen this before, but it wasn't in any like official capacity. You can't remember what it was.
Alright, well. Magic missile.
The two members of the Ironhaunt family are going, it's Arvo!
It's what?
Arvo, they call him.
You know him?
Fight now, talk later.
Does the Arvo kick anything?
Not offhand, no.
Does the +2 also do damage as well?
+2 to what?
The
one? Yeah, attacking damage.
Okay, then it's 3 damage to the holy.
Oh, okay. You lose 1 hit point. When you point your wand at it, as part of the spell, you can feel like your hand, like you can see blood runs down your wrist a bit. You lose 1 hit point. And yeah, you realize what the wand does. It has +2 to attacking damage, but whenever you cast a spell using it, you take 1 damage.
Well, that sucks.
It's called the Wand of the Blood Mage.
Alright then, that's 12 damage with a magic missile.
Alright.
Might be holy, might not be. Depends on your decision.
You want it to be force damage, because force damage does full damage to spooky and substantial stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
But I thought it might have been weak to holy.
It has resist 16 to all damage, except force damage. It does have vulnerability to holy damage, which means it's easier to crit with it.
Alright, then of course it is.
So it's sort of a gamble. If you're doing holy damage and you roll your attack and roll really high, you ignore the resistance and you crit, so you do a little damage. But if you're using force damage, it's more the certain but slow method.
Alright then.
I remember that. That was quite annoying with this spell.
Definitely going to switch to my spoon.
Alright. It's Spectre's turn. Spectre is going to go after, let's have it go after, let's say you. No, actually, let's go with the guy who's not full of lightning, as far as it's aware. It's going to go after you regularly. 16 AC?
Nope.
Yeah, didn't think so. Right.
Just barely.
It moves over and goes to try and grab you, and you sort of hop out of the way. It's then going to try and disengage from you, and not succeed.
Good.
Sort of stuck. It's currently flitting around you.
Yep.
And then it's Vin, who is going to try and swing his axe at it, and not meet any success. Actually, that might work. Oh, that actually hits it. Cool. Vin actually manages to hit the thing a bit. Regolith. He doesn't get through its resistance, but he hits it.
Yep. Okay, I'm going to...
The axe sort of passes through the image of the mask, and the mask sort of wavers apart a little and closes again. You can see there's a face under it, but you can't recognize it.
Okay. I take...
It's definitely a ghostly dwarf, though.
I envelop my fist in energy.
Okay.
And punch it with a chaos bolt.
Alright.
18 versus physical defense.
Yep.
Cool. 17 damage. Oh, and I get a chaotic benefit. So that would be fire damage.
Okay.
What did I roll that for? I'm an idiot. And there's nobody staggered nearby, I'm assuming. Yeah, okay.
You do some damage to it. It looks like some of it is passed through it without hurting it, but some of it did something. And it's Iron Eye. Iron Eye is going to take out his big old hammer after, clearing his throat after having been suffocated a bit. And he's going to try and smash the thing. And he's going to meet with a bit of success. And smash it. Pass his big hammer right through the middle of its torso. You can see like bits of sort of fragments of ghostly energy, sort of spectral matter, sails off and hits the wall where it starts melting into some kind of goo. Doc.
Spirits of the Righteous.
Huh?
14 versus mental defense.
Yep.
Okay.
That's exactly what you needed.
Alrighty. So I got 5 dice here. Do you mind if I borrow 1 from each of you?
What do you need?
7 dice. Oh.
D6?
Yeah.
2d6s.
Yeah, just...
Grab any number of them, dude.
Alrighty. Alright, that's 6, 20, 24 plus 4, 28 holy damage.
Alright. What did you get on the die when you attacked? Like the actual natural roll?
7.
Okay. So 28, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it takes half.
Alrighty, and your nearby ally with fused hit points gets 4 plus AC. So who wants the AC?
Sure.
Yeah.
How much AC?
4.
Till when?
Until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
Now, Ella's turn. Is going to run up and try to grab the specter with her big metal claw hands. She does not meet with any success. She attempts to grab it, and it actually gets to try and get away. It does disengage. It looks like she was trying to grab it, and it's just sort of slipped away from her, and it phases away through the floor.
Damn it!
It's Nora's turn. She's going to go over to where the floor is, and there's nothing there, so she's just going to sort of buddy up with with her sister, mother, relative. I'm not sure. They're just going to buddy up together. Then it's Perry's turn.
Nope.
Right.
I'm going to try to repeat the last success.
Sure. As you go to try and channel power into your hands, something goes immediately catastrophically wrong, and you electrocute yourself.
Oh.
Roll damage on yourself.
Okay.
Use the wand. It is bound to you.
Take an extra point of damage to do more damage to yourself.
Alright.
You can roll a wisdom check with your magic background.
Let's see, that is 14, 15, 16, 17,
Not too bad.
16.
Somebody interfered with your spell just there.
Oh.
You're not sure who or what did it, but something basically overcharged it so that it blew up in your face.
Counterspell.
No, it wasn't a counterspell exactly. Counterspell would have just stopped it from working. This was more like they empowered your spell beyond your ability to contain, and it blew up in your face.
Well, are they expecting me to do it again?
One thing you know immediately about that, though, is it would take a lot of mojo to be able to actually do that. Because, when you're channeling magic, you can hold quite a bit more than you usually throw. It's just dangerous to do, which is what your experimental things do and sometimes go horribly wrong. They basically would have had to just funnel raw energy into you to do that, and that would take a lot of power to do.
There's someone with some serious magic going around. Okay, well, that is a quick action.
Yep.
So, sadly, actually this is kind of difficult to comment. So, they have an adventure feat, which I have, which says requires a quick action once per round, but does that count as standard?
Okay.
It says once per round, but
Once per round, you can only use the spell once per round. You can't
per-
just repeatedly try and grasp the same thing.
Okay. There's nothing to shoot, is there?
Not
It's
that you can see
underground.
currently. It vanished into the rock.
Alright, I'm gonna try to see who cast that spell then.
Alright. I guess a wisdom check. See if you can find anybody lurking out in the shadows.
18 on the die.
You can hear footsteps going off down one of the tunnels. The one that goes sort of off to the right and up. However, you're crafty enough to realize you shouldn't be able to hear footsteps that audible from that far away, and you suspect that might be some sort of ghost sound effect.
Alright, I'm gonna run the other way.
Define other way. There's
It's a
4
tunnel,
other
right?
directions.
No. So you're in a tunnel, and you're at an intersection with 4 other paths leading out. So basically, there's the parallel one with dust. There's one that goes right and up and right and down. Right and down is where Gorm is. Right and up is where the sound came from.
I see.
You're in a tunnel that looks like this. Gorum, went that way somewhere. The sound came from up here. You guys are located around this area, and there's dust coming from that. You can hear laughter in the wall again.
Okay, so the sound came from here.
Mhm.
We're just going that way. Dust is this way. Dust is like debris and stuff, right?
Yeah, it's probably from the collapse, you would guess.
Well then.
There's not a lot of it. It looks like it's been, more or less settling.
Can I find any trace of this magic, within that I could use as some sort of spell to trace a direction?
Trace, try and figure out where the ghost sound was cast from?
Yeah.
Sure.
No.
Yeah, you can tell that it was definitely thrown down there from somewhere. From just knowledge of magic that whoever threw it would have to have had some line of sight to where they threw it from. So they might be up there throwing it down, or they might have been back here somewhere throwing it up.
So they would have to have needed a line of sight?
Yeah. Which means they might be standing somewhere around where you are. And just you can't see them.
Let's see.
You can roll me a wisdom check if you want to go try and see if you can spot some invisible pants bastard. All of you can actually roll me a wisdom check.
Do I add homebrew wizardry to this?
No, this is a perception check.
18.
5.
I got 12.
Okay. Well, you don't detect anybody invisible, and you're pretty sure you would have spotted them. You're looking really carefully, and you don't see anyone. However, what you do see, with the DC 0 check, is that Nora is missing. That was the woman with the giant scar on her face.
Oh, God.
Crap.
Is everyone's, arcane mark of real still legit? Yeah.
So, people aren't being replaced, they're just missing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but...
Well, they haven't been replaced yet.
Yeah.
If you eventually track one of them down, you might want to know whether they're the real person or not.
Yeah.
Alright, sight. Alright, I'm going to ask the dwarves if these two tunnels connect.
Well, you only have one member of the mining family left.
Oh.
It's the woman with the missing hands. These two tunnels, if they connect?
Yeah.
She'll say sort of define connect. I mean, they join up with other tunnels later. But I mean, pretty much every tunnel connects with every tunnel somewhere.
Alright, I'm asking if
The place they sort of do honeycomb mining, basically.
Basically, I'm asking if there's another place besides here that they can get a line of sight of, besides farther off in that direction.
She'll tell you that they could have been somewhere behind us and then gone back that way, or they could have been further up there and thrown it down. There is another junction that branches off over there.
This is difficult. I don't know which way I'm supposed to go. The fact that it was a ghost sound makes it even more complicated.
Indeed.
What do you think?
I don't know. I guess maybe we can keep following this path here.
And that's where the ghost sound came from. Or is that
No, that's where Gorham disappeared to. Here. G-S. Ghost sound, rather than just S.
Okay. Alright, let's just stick to our path and just follow wherever the old dwarf was going.
Alright. More map card. Skills. Eventually opens up into cavernous area. Which branches off again. So you guys head off over there. You can hear laughter coming from the walls again as you're traveling out. Are you guys holding hands or anything like that at this point?
I will tie a rope to the final mining family member.
All right.
Around her waist and connected to my waist.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna try and use my Chaos Bolt fist and try and channel lightning and try and specify the lightning energy to punch him to the ground.
Okay. Trying to pull a parry here.
Well, I mean, essentially, I just have it comes out randomly, and I'm hoping that one will come out that I won't. Just make a standard D4 roll for it.
Sure.
Okay. I crit it on the attack.
Nice.
Can I choose the energy that comes out?
With a crit, I'll say sure.
Yes. And I choose lightning and just pile drive it straight through.
Straight into the ground?
Yeah.
Right. You can hear a muffled curse from somewhere underground, but nothing pops out.
Do you want a damage roll at all?
Sure.
11, 16.
It's double damage, right? Because it's crit.
Yeah. So 16 times whatever.
Times 2.
Yeah.
32.
Oh, and that's actually an even. Let's see if I get an AC bonus. I do not. Deal 3 damage to any nearby enemy. Do I? I don't see anyone. The wall.
Well, I ask the woman if there's any tunnels that go. Which of those tunnels go down?
Of these two tunnels?
Yeah.
This one goes down.
Alrighty. I guess we should go
This
down
one
that
just
one.
sort of continues straight on.
Okay.
But as you enter into this room, you actually do spot somebody.
Ah.
Gorm.
You do spot Gorham. He is lying on the ground. There is blood on his chest, what looks like a big claw mark going across it. He's lying there going,
I rush to his side and take out.
Cast a heal spell on him.
right?
I take out my gem of revival.
Wait,
and
first,
just
see if he's
press it to
faking.
him.
Oh,
be...
see if there's actual wounds.
Oh, is there actual wounds on him?
Yeah, they'll play wounds. If you want to assess their validity or whatever, you could roll Wisdom plus Priest of Tech Gods.
Yeah, sure.
Or War Veteran, either one.
Right, 8 plus 7, 15. 18?
18?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's wounded. I mean, it's not actually that bad.
Mm-hmm.
But he's an old man, so there might be something internal that you're not seeing.
Okay, so he heals a recovery plus 6.
Right.
What did this to you?
It was utter. It was horrible. Horrible, that bastard.
Who is Arvel?
Rella will pipe up and say, Arvo was a member of our family who got lost in the mines centuries ago. He became some sort of spirit that began attacking people who were trying to get work done.
Why is he attacking your family in particular right now?
Well, he always... we think he blamed us for his own death. Back then, safety standards weren't what they were today.
Yes.
He went into the mine. He'd been complaining that the conditions there weren't safe for some time, and when he died in a collapse. Since then, we've taken it a bit more seriously, such so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
You actually, Doc, that's starting to jumpstart your memory a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That mask it's actually a mining mask. Back in the day, when they had to deal with like mine gases and stuff, they used to wear these big sort of hooded masks to let them breathe through a toxic atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize that's what that was.
Lovely.
It was some weird shadowy version of that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if we use more toxic gases, it won't hurt him.
You can roll me another intelligence plus... actually, I don't think there would be a problem. Priest wouldn't work. War Veteran wouldn't work. What was the other one? If you have another one?
I have Dwarven Medical School, War Vet, and Priest of Ancient Tech Gods.
Yeah, flat roll, intelligence check.
Alright. Even 10, so 12.
Okay. Yeah, it seems legit.
Yeah.
Can't really recall anything else about that.
Mm-hmm.
Gorn, you sort of help lift him up to his feet. He's
Alright, everyone, remember, get back to the buddy system. How many people have we got left?
We're down
you
to...
found a new one.
Oh, right.
So...
We're back to an even number. I believe that would make it...
You are back to 4 living dwarves.
Lovely. Do you know...
Gorn will pair with Regolith.
Yeah. Okay. I'm already tied to the other miner, so I'll just tie him up on as well.
Oh yeah, you're paired with Rella, aren't you?
Yeah.
That leaves an interesting conundrum of the buddy system. Because Rella is paired with Iron Eye, who's now paired with Regolith, who's now paired with Gorn. Yeah. Okay.
It's a circle. We're all holding hands.
Rella will pair with Regolith, Gorn will pair with Iron Eye. There, that works. That leaves Vin all on his own. He's just gonna hang tight to you.
No, wait, Vin can pair with Tom.
Sure. Do you want to get Tom killed? That's your own business. What would you like to do now?
I guess we're going down.
Yep.
Yeah. Before that, I want to shoot a light thing like this way as fast as possible. Just to take a quick look.
To illuminate the tones?
Yeah.
Sure. Switchbacks. This one goes down. Hits a chamber that has an actual staircase cut into it kind of thing. This one just goes down a short ways and then switchbacks up.
So, Gorm, why did you split off from us?
I thought I heard something from down here. I went to take a look. I thought it might be a survivor who wandered out of the cave and into the mines.
And why didn't you tell us you were leaving?
Well, yeah, hindsight 2020 there, chap.
I mean, the whole point
Thanks
of
for that.
the whole point of the buddy system is...
What buddy system? What the hell are you talking about? He
Oh,
disappeared.
right.
His disappearance was what instituted the buddy system. I've been in the mines of my own all the time.
Alright, let's go downstairs.
Here. Let's head over to the stairs here. Yep. As you come to them, it's really basically just a hole, like a shaft cut straight down the middle, and there's basically boards hammered into the wall at intervals. They're sort of like steps. Mm-hmm. It looks like it might be pretty precarious to walk down there. Mm-hmm. And the now two miners you have again will tell you got to be really careful when you walk down here. This is part of the old mine system. Like these areas were pretty much mined out,
No,
and it was never really
Could this
updated.
be where
Is this hollow or like a door?
He actually died in the collapse of these stairs.
Is this hollow or pillar? In the
This-
middle of the staircase.
In the middle of the staircase, it's a hole straight down.
It's
It's a
a
hollow.
Alright.
It like the whole thing is literally a cylindrical shaft down.
Mm.
In the wall, there are literally like 2x4 or 4x4 boards that are just hammered into the wall so that they jut out a bit. That are just set as like stairs. You're literally walking on just like narrow boards in a spiral downward.
I see.
I'm wondering
Like it
if
is the most precarious thing you've seen in quite some time.
Okay.
I'm
So
wondering
we go
if-
down, and on the way, I'll constantly cast mending.
Yeah, the two miners with you will tell you that this section of the mine was, it was mined out mostly, so it was never updated. And when it was built, it was a temporary thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was just meant to get people up and down while they were scouting out the lower areas.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really find any ore down there, so that they never updated it, and they've never really dug much beyond here.
Okay.
Because
I'm wondering if we could drop a rope like down the center of it and sort of have that sort of like as a handle as we're going down, like in case someone
you could do
trips,
that.
they could grab onto the rope.
Yeah. You could certainly do that.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that on the way, I can use mending to help reinforce it as we go.
Yeah, it does look old and pretty rickety.
Yeah. Yeah. The wizard that's glowing brightly right now. Probably he should go first.
Alright, but first,
Onward, lantern.
I'll cast light on a rock and just drop it down.
Right. It falls down a goodly way, about 60 or 70 feet, before it hits ground at the bottom.
Oh, well, looks like I didn't have
At the bottom, you can see a couple of broken boards.
Alright.
Looks like they might have fallen down at some point.
Do we see a corpse?
Tie the rope to something and hold on to it, and slowly let's go down.
What order are you going down here
No, apparently I'm first, because
Yeah.
I'm bright.
in? Then presumably your buddy,
Mm-hmm.
which is Doc.
I'll follow behind.
Okay.
Probably not a good idea, actually, to put the dwarves behind us since they're the ones who are being taken. So I'll be in the back.
Oh, look, we could put them
Sorry.
in the middle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it'll you two, then I'll be in the back. And then whatever order.
Yeah, I don't think the buddy system actually will work all that well because we'll be grabbing onto the rope.
We have two hands.
Well, we'll probably need both of them if we want to get down here carefully.
Regulus.
Yes.
Guy in the back.
Of course.
Oh, fun. 23 AC? Alright. As you're walking down carefully along the back, you can roll me a wisdom check right away.
Crit.
Great. Alright. The rope you're holding feels off. You glance up and you see that it's fraying at the top. Like something is cutting away at it.
Okay.
Let me know.
Hey guys, you're cutting the rope.
Alright. You're quick enough.
faith.
You mend the rope quick enough that when you feel a foot come out of the wall and hit you right in the back, like someone was trying to kick you down the stairs into everybody else, you take 14 damage, but the rope holds and you don't fall down.
Do this.
Ring of defense.
Yes.
Come on, you do something. Who's gonna try to kick you down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was looking at this.
But I managed to catch myself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You don't only manage to catch yourself, you manage to stop yourself from hitting other people and knocking them off.
Yep. Do I recharge?
At the end of combat, you roll
Oh, okay.
recharging stuff.
Right.
Okay. Between finding the other guy, does my encounters recharge?
No, this is all part of the same encounter, basically.
Alright.
And you are essentially in combat once again.
Alright.
And I'm just going to use the same initiative. Parry, you're up first.
Okay then. I see that. Let's go.
Aiming at what?
The wall, trying to get the thing out.
Yeah, he came out of the wall.
Oh,
He popped out of the wall and kicked him in the back.
Ah.
He's currently standing behind Regolith at the back of the group.
Okay.
His shadowy hood again.
Okay then.
You can roll me a quick wisdom check, actually.
Alright. Crit.
This is a different guy.
Oh.
He's shorter than the one that attacked you before.
Who's this one?
He's got the same sort of hood mask on, though. The other dwarves are like, I don't know, it's Arvo again.
Try to get the mask off.
Will do.
When I get a chance to
I'll
punch
try to take off the part of the ghost.
Alright, I'll try to. Let me just magic missile. Wait, why am I rolling? And spin of lines. Okay, that is 7, 8 force damage and 6 necromantic.
Okay. Spectre. Spectre is going to try to grab Regolith. 22 AC.
Yeah.
Alright. He hits you for 14 damage.
Is that just a base damage?
That's his basic claw attack, yeah.
Ah. No roll.
He did roll an attack.
No, I meant on damage.
Monsters never roll damage.
Alright.
Only very rare monster powers have a damage roll. It's usually a flat thing. It's now Vin's turn. Vin is just in front of Rella, who's in front of Regolith. He's gonna have to try and shoot at the thing. And he's not. This does not meet with success. Regolith.
Okay, I am going to Chaos Bolt him in the face.
Sure. I suppose it'll try to disengage from you, and it succeeds. So it's backed up away from you along this little rickety platform thing.
Do I have enough space in between, or enough slack in between me and Rella to step towards? To re-engage him? Okay, I'm going to re-engage. Okay, so 15 on the dice gives me 23 versus physical defense.
23.
15 on the dice.
Yep, that will hit.
Okay, and that'll be 12, 17. Negative energy.
Okay.
And what are you using?
A chaos bolt to the face.
Oh.
Okay.
Like punching him right in the face.
You're not gonna try to grab the mask while you're at it?
Your
Well,
hand basically phases through
I'm
his face.
trying to punch his face off. And
Your hand
hopefully-
basically phases through his head,
Yeah, pull it
causing some weird contortions of the mask. But when you pull your hand back, it's like you can't really grab whatever he's composed of.
Yeah.
Then it is Iron Eye's turn. He's going to take a shot, miss horribly. Doc.
Alrighty. Are there any other undead nearby?
Not that you see.
Since is this considered the same thing as like an
Yep.
escalation die?
Yeah, I suppose there would be. It wouldn't be hitting anything though yet. It keeps disappearing and then reappearing, and you're not really escalating combat. It's being a sneaky bastard.
So, yeah, if we're just dealing with one at a time, I don't want to use up my turn undead just yet. Alright, plus 7. 15 versus physical defense.
Nope.
Alright, so 3 holy damage.
Okay. Rella. Rella is going to try and slip past you. Check for that. She does not slip past you very well.
Oh yeah, I used my move
Hey,
action.
Regolith, you need to make a dex check. Oh wait, you're tied to her, it doesn't matter. You need to make a strength check. Rella attempts to move past you to get at the ghost.
Mm-hmm.
She slips on a board and falls over the side. You can try and catch her because you're tied to her.
Crit! Wow.
Alright. You stagger and are pulled to the ground on the boards, but are managing to hold her, currently swinging underneath you.
Grab one of the boards.
She's trying.
I should mention it's 8 o'clock right now.
Yep. I think that's a fine cliffhanger to end on.
I get it.